iTunes match, Android Gingerbread on a budget, and a look at the recent updated and still addicting Bike Baron for iOS, today on AppJudgment. This episode of AppJudgment is brought to you by Audible.
Welcome to AppJudgment, your source for mobile application news and reviews. I'm Mauricio Balvanera.
And I'm Jackie Talbot.
And before we dive into new hardware and apps, we just want to remind you that iOS users, you should head over to Crosswalk/join/AppJudgment. That's Crosswalk with a .lk at the end. This is an exclusive sign up for you guys. App discovery is broken. We want to help you, and Crosswalk wants to help you.
That's right. We actually caught up with Tom, one of the developers of Crosswalk, at the 1197 conference a few weeks ago, and he gave us a rundown of the site, so go check it out.
Hey, I'm Tom McLeod. I'm one of the co-founders of Crosswalk, which is an awesome new online tool for basically taking the App Store social. So when you log in and you set up an account, we do a live stream of all your apps as they come in. And your friends can follow, and you can follow your different friends, and we make recommendations based on who you actually are and what you self-define as by your apps. We firmly believe that apps are sort of the new music, the new TV, the new movies, and it says a lot about you, what you get. And right now, if you log on to the store, it just gives you lists, and it says this is a top 50 app, blah, blah, blah. Maybe you're a photographer, and you look at the top 50 photography apps. You might get suggested Face and Whole. You might get suggested a lot of sort of campy, cheesy apps when you want Camera Plus, you want Hipstamatic, you want intense stuff. With Crosswalk, you can look at the #1 photography apps by photographers, as you self-identify. You can look at the #1 construction apps by construction workers. And you can use that, and the more people that sign up, the better the data gets, the richer the experience. You can favorite an app. We actually have a cool shareable feature, which is a live, completely HTML5 rendered iPhone of your actual iPhone that you can share on Facebook and Twitter. And when you favorite it, and you add the different favorites, it'll actually remake your home screen, and you can change the background, your lock screen, set it all to be the same stuff. It's Crosswa.lk. So it's the whole word Crosswalk, and then .lk at the end of it. Yeah.
So that was the wonderful Tom who sold the website pretty well there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been playing around. Have you been?
I've played around with it a little bit. I like, because as soon as you download something on your phone, it shows up instantly in your Crosswalk.
I've also noticed it has deleted apps, though.
Yeah.
I've deleted a few apps, and they're still on there, so don't judge me.
Luckily, iOS doesn't let you download any porn apps or anything, so.
Luckily.
You'd be all over that, right?
No, come on.
All right. You're playing with something else here, right?
Yes. This is a new T-Mobile phone. It's the T-Mobile Samsung Exhibit 2 4G.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it's a new-ish phone that T-Mobile's coming out with that I guess is supposed to be kind of a cheaper option for smartphones.
Yeah.
It's
funny. So I was playing with the Samsung Galaxy S2 right before this, and it's like night and day. Like, the Galaxy is a gorgeous phone.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
This is a little plasticky.
It feels very fake. It feels like super light, and almost like you're gonna open it and find some candies.
It's like a little piñata.
Yeah.
A little hardware piñata.
Yeah.
But the awesome thing about it is it's $30. It's a $30 true Android Gingerbread experience.
Yeah, it's a solid OS. It's pretty quick. There's a lot of apps on this one that we're using, and it still runs pretty quickly.
Yeah, a little bit of the tail of the tape here. It's using HSPA+, so it's a true 4G experience.
Yeah.
3-megapixel rear camera and front-facing VGA camera. You played around with the camera a little bit.
The cameras are all right. 3 megapixels isn't much, but
Yeah, it's got a 3.7-inch WVGA touchscreen, 1 gigahertz processor, and like I said, $30 with a T-Mobile contract or $200 off contract at Walmart.
So do you think 200 is a little?
It feels a little pricey.
Yeah.
But if it's off contract, I mean, you're paying.
That's true.
What is it? $300 for like top of the line phones right now on contract.
Right.
And close
That's
to 600 unlocked. So I think this is a pretty good option. I remember so you could stick a prepaid T-Mobile SIM card in here.
Yeah.
Do you remember how crappy the phones used to be?
So bad. If you could ever put your SIM card in anything, it was just gross. not even worth anything.
Crappy little flip phone.
Yeah.
And this is a very, very nice, true Android experience, like I said. So
yeah, I definitely liked it.
I've been playing around a little bit with iTunes Match. I don't know if I showed you this yet, but
a little bit. I've been looking at a little bit of it, but I haven't obviously.
Yeah, so I did the beta test on this, and it was awful. It was so broken.
Oh no!
It was so broken, and they've been late on the launch of it. I was finally able to get it up and running yesterday after the official. Here you go. It's open to everyone. I can probably show you my screen, but it's still trying to upload all my my thumbnails and my
all
album
your
art.
data, because it takes your data, not necessarily what.
Well, yeah, and it does matching on the iTunes server. And my phone actually is now running iTunes Match, and I went to the App Store, or the iTunes Store, and I bought something, and it instantly showed up.
Awesome.
On my phone. I didn't even have to wait for it to download to my
no way
to my
to
laptop.
your laptop and then actually match it over.
It's just sending it out to all your devices and saying, hey, you just bought this, here you go.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Another thing I thought was really great about it, I guess if you have a lower bitrate song that matches, it'll automatically take it up to the 256K one.
Yeah, so that's
which
pretty
is
cool.
great, and then you can just replace the lower one in your own library.
Now, what I don't remember, and I know they've clarified this, but if you have something that's higher bit rate,
it'll take it up to 320.
All the way up to 320.
Right. Yeah. So it'll match your bit rate and the data, I believe, or something, and it'll take it up to 320K, which is
cool.
pretty good.
I'm still a Spotify and Audio guy right now. I'm not sure if I'm going to fully dive into this.
Yeah, our Audio went free recently, and Anthony has actually been on me trying to get me to start using it. But now that it's free, I've been using the crap out of it.
We've settled the argument. All right, check out this link here. We had our Spotify versus Audio episode, and
I have them both.
We choose Audio.
But I've been using Audio.
But I will be diving into iTunes Match a little bit more, because I don't see it as the same. It's not the same thing as Audio and Spotify.
Right.
But I think it's going to work out well. I'm a big fan of Photo Stream, where you take a photo and it goes to all your devices. So I think I'm going to be a fan of this.
I definitely feel like the whole multiple device, all your stuff on everything. Is good, and it's a long time coming. So.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. In app news, here is your rapid fire app rundown. Discover the best apps on the Android market with Appreciate. Dr. Tiki of Tiki Bar TV fame has released an app that he's been working on with developers Rocket Chicken. Get Code Runner at this link. And AJ favorite Songza HD has been optimized for the Kindle Fire in the Android market.
I'm a big fan of Songza. I've been using that on iOS and on my desktop. Pretty cool.
There you
go. Yeah, good job, Androiders. You have it now. All right, Android app full screen caller ID shows a full screen image of the person who's calling you. That's kind of cool. Hipstamatic is upgraded with higher image quality for iPhone 4S phones. High quality now comes in at 240x8 by 240x8. I don't know why I say 240x8. I guess
that's an interesting resolution in the first place, though.
It is. AppJudgment favorite Bike Baron has updated to include new levels and the exciting new Biker Domovoi. Is that how you say that?
Domovoi.
Domovoi.
Good.
He's featured in the easy levels now. So big hairy dude who's right there on the screen. That guy.
That dude.
Yeah.
Domovoi.
Domovoi. Oh, that Domovoi.
Oh, Domovoi. I'll be doing a full review of Bike Baron in a sec, but first, a quick word from our sponsor. Audible.com is the leading provider of downloadable digital audiobooks and spoken word entertainment. Audible has over 100,000 titles to choose from to be downloaded to your iPod or MP3 player and played back anywhere, anytime. Choose from books in every genre: science fiction, thrillers, drama, comedy, business, history, and more.
Go to audiblepodcast.com/appjudgment to get a free audiobook download of your choice when you sign up today. Again, go to audiblepodcast.com/appjudgment for your free audiobook.
Excite Bike and Line Rider fans, listen up. Bike Baron for iOS is your new gaming crack. The app has been in the iOS App Store for 99 cents, and it just got updated a few days ago with a holiday theme. Although monsters and bombkins are a tad bit late. But like I said, Bike Baron, gaming crack. You control a motorbike daredevil via gas pedal, brake pedal, and arrows controlling his equilibrium. Course challenges include collecting coins, completing the course under a set time, or completing daredevil tricks, each determining the number of stars you collect when you complete each course. The more stars you bank, the more courses you can unlock. More difficult courses, then even more difficult courses. You really need to dive into the harder courses to experience the pure joy of completing ridiculous tracks, either via happy accidents or raw skill. And if you happen to fail, the explosion physics will bring joy to your temporarily broken heart. But what fun is riding elaborate tracks if you can't design them yourself? Well, like I mentioned earlier, Line Rider and Excite Bike track hackers will love design mode. We aren't the greatest designers here at AppJudgment, but you'll still get a kick out of failed attempts. If you're not a designer, you can still download other users' tracks via Bike Baron's website. This is if you're up to the challenge. This app is all pros. Addicting gameplay, great sound design, customizable tracks, reasonable learning curve. The only gripe I have is you can't download tracks directly from the app. You have to either find a download code or click a download link from Safari on your phone, but I imagine having to use the App Store to download user-created levels is a little more trouble than the developers are willing to put up with. So they're forgiven. And Bike Baron is a download. Let us know what you think of Bike Baron via email, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and on our new Google Plus page. See you soon.